I'm here at Millersville University where there are plans being made for the benefits of refugees. I will be speaking with a professor and a graduate student on campus. Let's go meet them.
My name is Apsara Upredi. I am from Nepal and I came to the United States as a refugee in 2011. I did grow up in a single parent family, so coming here I only came with my mom and my 3 brothers. And once I came here, I started 6th grade, so beginning of middle school, and then I went on to high school and recently graduated college.
So how was your transition process?
For me, it was really difficult because back in Nepal, I did not see many girls go to school after like 10th grade. That was like the high school for us. And after that, you'd either get married or go work somewhere else. But usually the men went to work while we got married and we were the home taker. But since I came here, I saw all the women in these higher positions, and I was like, I want to be somewhere there one day. And I felt like I was given the opportunity that I did not have back home, and that made me more encouraged to do what I still do.
What do you think was the hardest part about your journey?
I consider the hardest part to be the language, because I did not know how to speak English at all when I came here, and it was very difficult. I used to cry in classes because I didn't understand anything. And another thing that I really struggled with was back in Nepal, women, like the gender issues, I felt like that was really difficult for me because seeing the freedom here, it's like, well, I may feel this way in school, but at home it was different.
And you made sure to work up the ranks and also be very involved in your college. Tell me a little bit about how you're involved here.
So when my freshman year started, I had a little bit more knowledge than some of the other freshmen coming in. So I became a note taker for some of the students. I was working as an office assistant, and I also did some community work during that time. And then recently, I have realized that even though there's a club for Asian students, there's a club for African American students, there's a club for everything, but I don't see a club for refugee students. And we started working on a club called RIDGE, which stands for Refugees and Immigrants Devoted to Growth and Excellence.
What will that program take care of at this campus?
So as of right now, it's still in progress, but I am really hoping it connects more refugee students. I know all refugees come through circumstances that they do not want to talk about. Some do, some don't. But I would like to know if there are similar experiences. If there is not, how can I help them in that way? Because I went through the 4 years of college and I'm still here, so just sharing that with each other. But there is another program called ECAR, Every Campus a Refuge. We are trying to bring that through RIDGE. It's a program where refugees and immigrants will be able to house within a university. That's also still in progress, but we hope to work through the club with students volunteering for it.
And what do you hope those programs accomplish at Millersville University?
I really hope those programs make a way for more incoming students coming in, especially if they're refugees and immigrants. I feel like it will help other students see that there is somebody like them in that position and they can do that too.
It was just something about Millersville when I first stepped on campus. It was just this feeling of feeling like you belong. Every time I go through something hard, I'm like, I've gone through something worse. At the end of the day, that's how I look at it. And that's why I say living in a refugee camp is a blessing for me. Because, just being around my peers, I'm like, some of them have not gone through the stuff that I've gone through. So I guess that's an advantage that I can use sometimes. Hopefully my story shows people that, no matter where you come from, you could always stand out. Yes, America is not perfect. We all know that. But at the end of the day, you can always make something out of yourself if you really want to.
So tell me about your work at Millersville University with the refugees here.
The main idea is to motivate students, to encourage them. There are certain things that can never be taught in a class. You can never teach motivation. You want the students to do well in your classes. I think as a community, we need to ask ourselves a lot of questions. if these people have settled in this area, how can we help them? So that as a community, we are moving together. And so that's why we created this programming, having the compassion of realizing that all students are not the same. Some of them have been prepared differently, depending on the school they went to. When we get our students, we transition them effectively, and our students feel that they belong. That sense of belonging is very important. And if our students are not seeing us as those kind of people, then there's a problem. You can pull yourself from poverty, you can pull yourself from hardships through education to be in a better place.
For more information on the refugee work that will be done on the Millersville University campus, visit Ridge__MU on Instagram. For WITF, I'm Anaya Falcon.